excited. It's Friday. If you're watching the replay, it may be any day of the week, and I'm still excited. I don't care. Today we are talking about some new Facebook features, discovery features on the iOS app that's brand new, and boosted live posts. This is not something that exists yet, but it's in testing, and also in testing is Facebook ads, like ads in the live stream. Good thing or bad thing? We're going to talk about all of those details today. I'm Laria Petrucci. This is Live Streaming Pros, the show where we help you become a live streaming pro. We help you start, grow, and monetize your own live show. So let's have some fun today. I feel so energized today. I had 2 cups of coffee. I usually have 1, so maybe that has something to do with it. But today is Friday. Of course, we're going into the weekend. I hope you have something fun planned for the weekend. I know what I have planned this weekend. I am redoing all my whiteboards. I'm like starting over. I'm gathering all my thoughts. That to me is fun. I know I'm a geek. You don't have to point it out. But this is a show for you. So I want to hear from you today. I want you to participate in the conversation, and I want you to, I want your thoughts about everything that I'm talking about today. So we do have quite a bit to talk about. We don't have all the information that will be coming out over the next few months, but we're going to talk about what we do know about these new tests and these new features that will affect you and your live streaming. So if you are using live streaming in your business, or if you are thinking about using live streaming in your business, you need to know about this stuff as it's being released, just because it is changing constantly. And that's what we do here. We keep you up to date on what's new and how you can use the new features in your brand. But we also focus on the strategy and the knowledge, the base knowledge to help you use live streaming effectively in your business. So I would love to hear from you. So start commenting and keep commenting throughout this show. We are, of course, broadcasting on Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube. So whatever platform you love, we love you for being there. And I am paying attention to all your comments. If I don't respond immediately, don't leave. That just means that I'm focused on something else at that time, and I will get to it. Yes, even if you are on Periscope. I know that typically people just, the comments scroll by, but I have a secret up my sleeve, and I actually can catch all of your comments and get to them at a later time during the show. Okay, so today we have 3 things to talk about. We are going to be talking about Facebook new features on discovery features on iOS app. 2, we're going to talk about in-stream ads, and 3, boosted posts. This is all focused on Facebook. Even if you're watching on or use other platforms, you have to pay attention to this stuff, because what happens is other platforms take a cue from Facebook, and Facebook takes a cue from other platforms, right? It all meshes together at some point down the road. I just want to say a quick hi to everyone. Thank you so much, Wedding Market. What's your real name for being here? Thank you so much, Mira, for sharing this. And by the way, if you know anybody who is interested in live streaming, be sure to share this video so that we can make sure that everybody knows what's going on. Hello, Pedro and Paul and Richard and Glenn and Carlos and Israel and John and Scott and Josh and Paul and Jordan. Thank you so much for joining us today. Richard says, now I'm scared to live stream. Oh, because somebody had a break in. Well, don't be afraid. I'm so sorry, Glenn, that you had that happen to you, but don't be afraid to live stream. Make sure you're securing yourself, and you don't need to give out your location when you do live stream. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. Yes, Brighter Badger, Rick, I know your real name. We are on Facebook today, so you can head on over to facebook.com/livestreamingpros. We're there. Just keep scrolling down. Facebook made some changes to pages in the way they're displayed. So you have to keep going down a little, unfortunately, past the pen post that's there. All right, so today I want to show you the new Facebook app. A huge thanks to one of the Live Streaming Pros mastermind people. We were having a call yesterday, our mastermind group, and Jermaine was like, hey, why haven't you been talking about this? It just happened yesterday, and I didn't happen to notice it. So I appreciate the heads up. Anytime something happens and I don't talk about it, it's not very often that I miss something, but it can happen if I'm focused on other things. So thank you, Jay, for the heads up on that. So Facebook actually has a brand new iOS app. Now, this may look familiar to some of you because we have shown it before, but it was on Android. So this actually is a feature that was on Android a long time ago, months and months ago. However, it's just now getting on iOS. So they've been testing, they've been tweaking, and now we have, what you'll notice is the news feed down here, right? And then you have the video tab right by the marketplace. So this is where it's at. So you'll notice a few things, right? So up here, you have all of your people that you are subscribed to for live notifications. I'm subscribed to quite a few people, you can tell, because, you know, I pay attention to everybody doing live video. So those are all of your people who you are live subscribed to. Now, when somebody that you are live subscribed to actually is live, you will see a little red live tab right where I'm kind of, that's Ryan Lee, but he's not live, but you'll see a little live tab that pops up over that. Like this one, right? Like where you see the live red button, that same thing will be up here in this bar, and the live people will be right up front. So that's what that is. So that's your live subscribe notifications. So those people that you're subscribed to. Then the next section is the notifications. So you'll notice here, we're live, so you're seeing a copy of it. And then you have, Social Media Examiner was there. Was live earlier today. So it was Carrie Campbell was there earlier. Kimra Lumina was yesterday. Aftermark was yesterday. Vincenzo, he was on the show. AJ was live yesterday, right? So this, to me, I've been paying attention to it for about 24 hours. It looks to me like the notifications are anybody who is live right now, obviously, will pop up right there in the front. And then also anybody who has been live in the last 24 hours. I don't think that that's going beyond the 24-hour mark. But again, it's brand new. So, and then what we have is the discovery section. It's the suggested for you section right here. And you can scroll down, you'll see the live tag. So anybody who's actually live, as you're scrolling through it, you'll notice. And you can actually hit follow. Hey, Jewel is live. There's the travel channel. I don't know who that is. Johnny Cupcakes. I know his name. So you'll notice that as I'm scrolling through all of this, these are not people I follow because you see the option to follow them, right? But you'll also notice, if you know anything about me, these have nothing to do with my interests whatsoever. So don't expect that, at least right up front, that these will be very specific to your interests. This algorithm may take a little while for them to tweak. Hopefully one day these will be stuff that I want to see. Now this morning, to be fair, I did come across one that was actually two that was of interest to me. See, Wood Whisperer. So Mark was live earlier. I guess he's not live anymore. He was like right before we went live. He was live. So I found him, and I haven't seen him in a while. So I was really excited to see that, right? But let's talk about who's popping up into this and how you get in there. Well, the unfortunate truth is you don't. You don't, unless you're verified. And even though I'm verified, I don't know that I would pop up into this system, into this. So my page, my Luria Petrucci page is verified. Geeks Life is verified. So I'm going to do some testing, but I don't know that they're going to pop up in here. I don't know what that algorithm is yet, but I do know that it's preferred partners type of situation, right? I mean, you've got CNN here, you've got ABC, you've got celebrities like Jewel. So right now, I wouldn't expect yourself to be in the discovery section until they start to open that up. I freaking hope they open that up. But what's the app called? Maria is asking. This is just the Facebook app. This is just the regular old Facebook app. If you have it downloaded, go into your app store and look to see if you have any updates. And if you do, then go ahead and update. If you do not, then it's probably on its way ASAP, like very soon. Yes, Richard, the live tag is red. What color did you think it is? That's red, right? Let's see. James, welcome. So Paul doesn't have it yet. Right. So it does seem to be a U.S. thing only. Petra in the Netherlands didn't have it yesterday either. Paul is in the UK. So I do think that it's U.S. only for now. I probably should have started with that. My apologies. But I do know that as soon as they start, rolling things out in the U.S., it becomes available shortly thereafter in other countries. So let me see if there are any questions about this specifically. The big homie is asking, maybe the discovery stuff is trending streams. Absolutely. So the algorithm is going to be preferred partners, trending streams, anything that's getting kind of a lot of attention. And I believe that as they adjust the algorithm, in months later, hello Anthony, that they will be adding in specific discovery features for you based on what you already watch. But it's probably going to take some time for the apps to see what you're watching, right? The desktop algorithm is mostly the same as the mobile algorithm, but yeah, so it'll take a little bit of time. Wedding Market, Julie, thank you so much for telling me your real name. I appreciate that. I love to know people's actual names. So let me see. Okay, so Charles is saying this could become video overload. Keep in mind, you have to open this app and you have to, watch it, right? But I love this because it gives you a specific area to go. I want the same thing on desktop because I actually watch a lot of live streams on desktop versus mobile, but I'm out of the norm. 80% of people are watching video on mobile. But we do have on desktop the live map. So facebook.com/live is the live map. However, I have never, ever found anything of interest to me on that map. It's really hard to discover there. So this discovery feature, I see a ton of potential with. Maybe it's a little overwhelming, but I don't really think so. Like if I want to see some live streams, which is the way this world is going, then I want to see what's of interest to me, right? So again, these are the people I care about. Hopefully we get more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully they'll add more than 6 slots here. I know that more people that I know that I have more live streams of people I actually follow because I follow all of these people for live video. And the list keeps going, right? So I think I even follow more than that. So that may have a limit as well. So yeah, that's those are the things that you need to know about the iOS app. Greg is asked, oh wait, hold on. Before I get to Greg, Dave, does the search feature work with like SEO? So it's important to name our live show titles. Yes, this is one thing I wanted to mention. A couple of things that you need to pay attention to here. Descriptions matter. So right now, you may not be able to wind up in this discovery feature, but let's take a look at this, Philip. Okay, so, and of course, none of these are endorsements. I don't know who these people are, but so Kane Brown, right? I don't know who that is. So then I look at the description, going to Target to get my album. Okay, so that's descriptive. From that I can gather that he's a musician, right? And his album is now in Target. Okay. NPR, can you write a better headline than NPR? Bernie Sanders at Powell's Books in Portland, Oregon. Like, these descriptions are massively important for you to get used to. So this is the future, right? You need to be thinking about getting in the habit of those very descriptive, short descriptions that people will see in this kind of format. So get used to a pitch. Get used to saying really quickly, this is what the show is about. And it only shows just a couple of lines, right? So you've got the page name, texts from Santa, and then you've got the that's cute. Now I'm getting distracted by cute reindeer on Facebook Live. Thanks, Facebook. But you can see the short description right there as well, right? So those are the things that you need to be thinking about right now. And in addition to that, you need to know that, this question comes up constantly. Should I go live from my page or from my profile? Keep in mind, let's look back here at this guy, Kane Brown. He's going live from his probably profile, maybe his verified page or something. You don't see the verified tags in this view, but I don't know who that is, right? So as a business, as a brand, you want to be using your brand page, because that's going to tell me everything I need to know, as long as your brand name is descriptive enough. Live streaming pros, right? It's going to show up like this, live streaming pros. You're going to know exactly who that is, what that's about immediately as you're scrolling past. And then, EA Star Wars, right? So if you're going from your profile, the description may help you, but if you're going from your brand page, that's going to help you a whole lot more in discovery. So hopefully that makes sense. Vicky says, so true. I really need to work on that. Yeah, descriptions are so important. So hopefully that helps you guys understand. Before we move on to, making sure my phone there. So before we move on to the other two things that I want to talk about today, which is one, Facebook testing in-stream ads, and two, testing live boosted posts for you as a creator to boost your live videos, which is awesome. So we'll talk about that here in a second. There have been a couple of questions about, about our quality and how we're broadcasting all of this. So we use a live stream HD51 box, and that is level 4. So that's a dedicated machine. It's TV quality. It has all the bells and whistles. So this is something we do on a daily basis. It is our entire business, so it makes sense for us to do it. We also do streams for events, like AT&T's event, right? So this is our business, right? Live streaming pros. So we are on level 4, and we're showing you what's possible. You can do a lot of this stuff on level 3, which is going live from your desktop with a software like OBS or Wirecast. If you're not familiar with our levels and where you fit in or what you can accomplish with live streaming, head on over to livestreamingpros.com/quiz, because that will take you through the entire process, and it will give you a dedicated free guide that will help you understand where you are in the live streaming universe, and it'll help you move forward with your streaming efforts. So that's how we're doing this today. And Glenn is asking, how many platforms do you recommend going live on? Well, first and foremost, I recommend you going live on one, and then you can step it up to multiple. And there are multiple things to think about when you do that, because you don't want to overload yourself. So I'm live on multiple different platforms. I see Facebook, I see YouTube, I see Periscope, but I'm able to look at all the comments. I have myself set up so that I can take advantage of all the different platforms and not leave anybody hanging. If you can't do that, then you don't want to go live to multiple platforms. However, we do have, we will be posting in the next couple of days a workshop that we did. You can actually find it if you go to events on this Facebook page, facebook.com/livestreamingpros. If you look at events, then you can find our workshop that we did on how to go live to multiple places. So hopefully that helps you. Oh, thank you so much, Scott, for posting the quiz link. I do appreciate that. Okay, so let's talk about the other two things that Facebook have been doing. Dee, thank you for joining us from Brazil. Okay, so they announced, they haven't really announced it per se, but they are doing tests, and they won't give a lot of information. This has been happening for the last few months, though. Just keep this in mind. This is not brand new information. This has been happening for the last few months, but it is happening a little bit more, it looks like. So one of the things Facebook is doing is testing in-stream ads. And now what this looks like at this point is something that would go like this. You start a broadcast, 5 minutes in, a 15-second ad is inserted. To me, with that information, I don't freaking want insert in-stream ads. That sounds to me, and everything that I can get my hands on right now tells me that there will be no control from the creator's standpoint of when those ads go out and what those ads are. Now, let's get real here. That may be how it's being tested, like YouTube does with regular videos. I highly expect, that's not really a good phrase, but I definitely expect that Facebook will allow creators some control over this. First of all, the opt-out is an obvious control feature, right? So give you the ability to opt out of it. Then the next step would be to control what the ads are. If you don't want any alcohol companies inserted, then you may be able to say, no. But to be honest, I don't think that they will release this feature like worldwide without having some controllability, because that would be disastrous. Can you imagine like an alcohol company on a kid's stream, or an underage streamer's page, right? Like, I mean, there are lots of different situations that could happen with no controllabilities that I would just see disaster happening. So I expect that they will have some control features. However, let's get real here, because a lot of people are really excited about the potential of having ads in their streams. And I can understand that from a monetary perspective. You want to monetize your streams, right? Totally there with you. I want to monetize your streams too. That's what we teach here. However, just like YouTube, they will be taking a percentage of it. You won't have a whole lot of control, as I've already stated. You will have some at some point, but not every piece of control. And you're probably not going to make all that much money. Let's just get real, because I don't want you going into this thinking, oh, I'm going to make $1 million or even $1,000 a month. You're not going to. The big boys will. If you're a big boy, then yes, you can make a good chunk. Just like YouTube, I'm just compare this to the YouTube situation, right? Like there are a lot of YouTubers making some good cash. However, it's a very small percentage of good cash. So I don't want you to get too excited about this from a monetization standpoint. I want you to take control over your streams and look at ways to monetize it yourself. So what I mean by that is your brand is your brand. Your brand is the sponsor of your weekly live show or any streams that you do, right? So you monetize that way. You use it as a marketing effort to bring people into your world. And yes, if they give us good controls, then maybe having a spot set aside in your live stream where you can place an ad that Facebook is in control of would be okay. But I would prefer to focus on value and give you value and have, if you want to take the next step and you want to actually, take our courses or hire us to do your live streaming or anything that we offer, then we work together from that perspective, and I monetize the show from that perspective. That's how we do it. That's how I suggest you do it. And I just don't want people to get over the moon excited about ads in your stream, because there are a lot of drawbacks to it, right? Scott says, I would think that they would explore your brand with the ads running in stream, like that they wouldn't just willy-nilly post ads in your stream. And I agree with that, right? John says, I would prefer a pop-up ad instead of a video ad, which interrupts your video. Hopefully they will give you the opt-out like YouTube does. I fully expect that they will. But to be honest, like if it just pops in 5 minutes into the stream, you have to, as a broadcaster, you have to think, okay, this is going to happen at 5 minutes, right? I've got 30 seconds, like we do with our countdown, right? Like I'm on target. Like I know how long it takes me to say a sentence, so I can finish up that sentence. Sometimes I'm not paying attention, but but that's the thing. Like if you're not paying attention, or if you're not on target with that time, that countdown to 5 minutes, then you're just going to get interrupted, right? So we don't have all the details yet, right? It is still in the testing phase, but I wanted to give you the information on what I know at this point. And I do expect that within, coming into the new year, I would guess, 3 months in, we're going to start to see some ad placement, some more information. Jimmy says, I have a show every Tuesday night. I try and build my likes on a different platform, and Facebook has temporarily blocked your account. Yeah, if you buy likes, which I think is what you're saying you're doing, then that's not, first of all, it's not good for you. I'm not familiar specifically with that service, but it's not good for you and the results. Like you don't want numbers, you want results. Not numbers, you want engagement, right? And so that brings me to the next thing that Facebook is testing, which is the ability to boost your live posts. So they have placed some tests with this already, and people are seeing amazing results. And this is the ability for you, once you're live, to be able to boost that post and get ads, spend some money in Facebook to get more people notified, to get more people onto your stream. Some great results that we're seeing so far with these tests, but also keep in mind that just like Facebook ads, like on regular posts, when you're boosting, you need to be targeted. You have to be specific with the audience that you're targeting, because if you're not, you're just going to get a whole bunch of inflated numbers, and it won't do you any good if you can't see those results, right? So you want to make sure that you're always focusing in on who is your target market. So before you ever do a stream, you need to know that one question, right? You need to know who you're trying to approach and who you're trying to get on your streams. Michael, I see your question about Loot Crate, but I'm not quite sure how you mean. As an advertiser or what? If you can clarify that, I can try and answer that. Dave says, think about how the entity like Facebook thinks about your audience. Like if you do a tech show, you will wind up assigned to a fair number of lonely men ads. Yeah. So we've seen that with our other brand, that kind of situation, right? Like that's definitely something to be considered, is how you are looped or grouped into the world. So you got to get specific with that audience. I am very excited about the ability to boost our live posts. That definitely makes me happy. I've been waiting for this to come out. Again, no specific dates yet. I do expect that to come fairly quickly within the new year. I don't think it'll be like 6 months out, but within the first few months of the new year, I'm expecting to see that at least a little bit more. And again, they'll probably use that with verified pages first and all of that good stuff, right? So looking forward to all of that. If you have any more questions about all of this stuff that we've talked about today, I would love to keep answering those questions. Just keep commenting. We are live every single weekday at 10 a.m. Pacific with more information for you, with help to grow your brand with live streaming. And of course, if you want to learn more about the live streaming world, how we do what we do, I would love to help you with our quiz. The quiz is a free quiz. It gives you a free guide that is specific to you, not everybody else. So when you answer these questions, answer them, honestly, and you'll get a guide that will help you know where to start with your live streaming, what equipment you need. If you're going to do something like from a computer or level 4, it'll give you that information. And so did I say the URL? Was the URL there? livestreamingpros.com/quiz. I think it was. Thank you, Philip. Philip's got my back. I look forward to seeing you right back here on Monday. As Paul points out in the comments, we are live every weekday. I think I said every day. We're not going to be back here tomorrow on Saturday. But we will see you right back here on Monday. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.